Shall I We have opened the new book today, and we have to add the new words in that book by themselves, and that the new words will be in the form of the opportunity. And this is today. So, wish you a very happy new year, everybody. And we have 365 blank pages to write something great this year. And I, Pooja Kushwaha, Sergeant at Arms of this meeting, welcome to the meeting number 398 of the Toastmaster Club, Turning Point Toastmaster Club. So we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting a great self-confidence and personal growth. So here we are going to tell you some of the code of conduct of today's meeting. So it will be advised to please follow these rules and regulations. So first of all, please be advised that any behavior that disturbs the flow of the meeting will result in removal from the meeting room without any warning. Please ensure that your noise making devices are either switched off or on silent mode. Please speak responsibly on religion, sex, and politics in your speeches. And as far as possible, please keep your videos on and audios off if anyone is speaking, and applause following throughout. Be kind of audience for others you would like to have for yourself. And some rules and regulations for our role players, TMOD, TTM, and GE. Please ensure a smart audio video check before handing over to prospective role players. And please, everybody, as it is advised before, also please rename as per your role player, your name, and your club name, if you can possible. First, describe your name and then your role name. And then we encourage you to use Zoom emoticons to encourage role players in between. And we sincerely request not to send any chat message to anyone in between the speaking or anything is going on, or our speaker on the stage. Refrain from chatting to all together and focus on the speaker. So please stay on mute until the speaker is speaking, or any role player is speaking. If you are requested to speak, please unmute and then speak. So now I would like to introduce the presiding officer, Neeraj Singla. So Neeraj, the stage is yours. Thank you so much.
Can we give it up for Madam Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Pooja Kushwaha? Let me tell you, everyone, that she's our newly elected Sergeant at Arms. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pooja Kushwaha, for setting such a high energy of our first meeting of 2025. I would like to wish everyone a very happy new year, abundance of happiness, prosperity, and hopefully, at least this year, you will be able to achieve your resolutions. Talking about resolutions, we all made resolutions whenever New Year comes. This year, I will lose 10 pounds and fit into my favorite dress, relaxing in the wardrobe for an year now. Or I will be the most intelligent person by reading at least one book a week. But how many of you have actually achieved these goals? Can you raise your hands? Okay, I see quite a few. But what about rest of us? That's why I want to share a pro tip on this. When you take resolution, never set a very big, massive resolution. For example, I will lose 10 pounds. Instead of this, always set resolution how you want to achieve it. For example, I will hit the gym at least 3 times a week, or I will have only junk food once a week. Or in case of books, you can set a goal that I will read at least 10 pages a day. Similarly, you can also set your communication goals with us. For example, no matter if asteroid is going to hit the earth, I am going to attend Turning Point Toastmasters meeting and give 2 hours a week. Or goal can be as simple as I will just maintain eye contact in today's meeting. All I am saying that while designing your resolutions, you need to have smart goals, small, measurable, and actionable goals. Talking about resolutions, let's ask our guest what resolutions they have made and how they get to know about our meetings. I would like to start with Abhishek, guest Abhishek. Guest Abhishek, are you there?
Yeah, yeah, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, but you're not visible.
Just a minute.
Okay. Yes, you are visible now.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. And I got to know about this Toastmaster Club from one of my friend, Shivam Prakash. He was part of this club 2, 3 years ago. I was in the group from since in the guest group since 3 years. But every time when I actually every time I think that I want to join this Toastmaster and improve my communication. So today this year and it today is the start of this year, 2nd Jan. So I am made the resolution that I want to improve my communication this year.
This is great, guest Abhishek, that you have taken a resolution and you have started working on that. And we are so excited and thrilled to have you with us. Stay tuned with us till the end.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to call guest Ifat Aslam. Am I pronouncing it right? Ifat, is it?
Yes,
Okay. Can you tell a bit about yourself? Which resolution have you made for this year, and what led you to join this meeting?
I'm a member of Gurugram Professional Toastmasters Club, and I'm in a WhatsApp group of TPTM and GPT. And about the resolution, New Year resolution, I don't make actually because resolution for the New Year are made. That's what I believe. Resolution for the New Year are made not to follow because I did it so many times, but I couldn't do that. That's why I do not make. Whenever I make resolution in the beginning or in the middle of it, whenever I try to follow it without waiting for the new year. Thank you. Back to you.
Yeah, guest, if this is a great way to start. I think you have your own way, and I'm really, happy to know this that at least someone is not following this ritual. And good to have you in this meeting. Thank you so much for introducing yourself. Now, I would like to call guest Candle Keto. Can we have quick audio video check?
Thank you very much. Good day. Am I on?
Yes, you are audible, but I can't see you. Would
I
it
don't
be
know. I
possible?
keep pressing it and I keep pressing the camera, but it said something about and I press OK and it's unable to access.
Oh,
Apologies. So
okay, okay, no
I'm
problem.
Kendall Keto. I am a member of the global WhatsApp group. I normally guest with your club whenever I can. My resolution really is just to try and do a little more exercise this year. I have a big shortcoming with that last year, but I will try to follow through a little more on that. And of course, attend more Toastmasters meetings to try and get my confidence and my public speaking skills up to a better level. That's it. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Kendall, and I hope and wish you all the best for your resolutions. Hope you will be able to achieve by end of the year. Now I would like to move on to guest Saurav Sethi. Guest Saurav, quick intro about yourself and what led you to join us.
Yeah, yeah. Good evening. This is Saurabh City. Actually, I'm visiting Toastmaster. I am part of Infosys Pune Toastmasters Club. Now, since I am on leave, so that's why I'm attending your club. Due to office hours, I could not attend. Regarding resolution, would be like there is like SQL and some online lectures. Now, if you see their bulk, we cannot even like we feel it's a mammoth task how to complete. So I thought like daily I'll watch 2 lectures per day or 5 lectures per day. Gradually I can complete that huge list of video. That's my resolution.
Wow, Saurav, this is a great resolution. I believe. I think you are upskilling yourself in your field. I wish you all the best for that.
Thank you.
Okay. I request everyone, like for all the guests, please stay tuned till the end. I will be back to you to ask your feedback about anything that you want us to improve or anything that you have enjoyed throughout the meeting. Now, let's go to the meeting for which we all have been waiting for. Today's theme is very interesting. Is the cat alive? When I heard about this theme, so many questions came into my mind. Why is this relevant to me? Does it even mean? Is the cat alive? But don't worry, we have our Toastmaster of the evening, Aina Gupta, to help with us to unlock the true meaning of Is the Cat Alive? Aina Gupta is our newly elected VP Education. Aina Gupta is a kind of person you can trust to handle any task with reliability and excellence. Her motto of life is to spread happiness, and she makes sure that everybody has smile on their face when she's around. By profession, she is an assistant professor and researcher. She's a gold medalist and proud author. She likes to travel, listen to old Hindi songs, and a coffee addict. No matter, this is how she's coming up with such a weird yet interesting themes. Can we make some noise for Toastmaster of the evening, Aina Gupta, on the stage?
Am I audible? Am I visible, Neeraj?
Yes, Toastmaster Aina, you are audible as well as visible.
Well, thank you, Toastmaster Neeraj. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. I am Aina, your host of the evening, who is here to take you on a journey to a world beyond the existing world. A world where laws of physics cease to exist and the space-time doesn't matter. Wait. I know what you all must be thinking right now. Laws of physics don't exist and space-time doesn't matter? What is she talking about? Is it possible? Well, let me tell you, my friend, yes, it is possible. I am talking about quantum mechanics, where everything is possible. Too much to grasp, right? Let me slow down and explain this in a simpler language. How many of you have heard of a special cat? And I'm minded, it is a very special cat because this cat only belongs to one person, and that person is Schrödinger. How many of you have heard of Schrödinger's cat? Unmute and say, yes, Toastmaster Rupinder.
Good morning. Am I audible, visible,
Yes, you're
incredible?
audible and visible and incredible. Please.
Schrodinger's cat is central to quantum mechanics. What it specifically states is, do you want me to tell it or is it a part of your Toastmasters theme?
Actually, I will be explaining the experiment. You can brief it if you want.
Okay. I'll try and put it in words that you will understand because I'll let Aina have the actual definition. Let us say that my wife says to me that I am fine. Now, what can it mean? Either she is actually fine or she is very upset. The only way to know whether she is upset or not is to do something that will definitely make her upset. Until that moment, my wife is both fine and happy, and yet upset and angry at the same time. The idea being that until you don't test something, you don't know what their state is. So a drink can be hot and cold at the same time. Just like your wife can be happy and angry at the same time. My wife is mostly angry. Back to you, Toastmaster Aina.
Well, very well said, Toastmaster distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder. You gave the example of a wife, a true husband. Anyone else who would like to add something, would like to say something? All
I
right then.
nominate Anant Katyaini.
Anant, is he here?
Yes.
I
He has to accept the nomination. It has to be second.
I am here. Please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I will probably go with my favorite movie, Kung Fu Panda, over
Okay.
here. And there is one dialogue by Master Oogway, which probably encapsulates this dilemma, which says, one often meets the destiny on the way he attempts to avoid it. I repeat, one often meets
One
his
very often
destiny.
meets their destiny on the very road they take to avoid it.
So the very act of getting to know something might actually make a difference over there, and that's the whole concept of Schrodinger's equation.
Very well said, Anant. I would like to go ahead with the theme now. Now that we have some knowledge of the Schrodinger's cat, and let me explain it a bit further. And obviously, there must be a thought in your mind. What on earth a cat have to do with quantum mechanics? And for God's sake, public speaking, right? Well, you're definitely not alone. And do not worry. I assure you, by the end of the meeting, you will be just as confused as the cat itself, but with better public speaking skills. Disclaimer, no actual cats were harmed in this experiment, I swear. Let's dive right in. Schrodinger's cat. It is a thought experiment in quantum physics that challenges the idea of certainty. In this experiment, there is a cat that is locked inside a box with a radioactive atom and a Geiger counter. Uh, it is an instrument which is used to detect the radiation and a vial of poison. So we have a box, a cat, a radioactive atom, an instrument to detect the radiation and poison. The cat is inside the box. So there is a 50% chance that the atom will decay, which will trigger the poison, and the cat will die. And there is a 50% chance that the atom will not decay, leaving the cat alive. But how do we find out? So until we open the box and observe the cat is considered to be both dead and alive at the same time. Confused, right? Well, this is one of the stranger concepts in science, and tonight I will be your guide through this weird and wonderful quantum experiment. But before that, I'll quickly brief you through today's flow of meeting. It comprises of 3 sections. We'll start with the prepared speeches prepared by our 2 speakers, and the speeches will be evaluated by their respective speech evaluators. We will then build excitement with the fun and equal intimidating impromptu speaking section, or in the table topic Toastmasters term, the table topic section. Here, guests and members are invited to stage. They will be given a topic and asked to speak on that topic for a minute or two. Last, but certainly not the least, we go through the meaningful and the most valued section, the evaluation section, where everybody in the meeting is evaluated. The general evaluation, the evaluation section today is headed by the general evaluator, who today is Toastmaster Utkarsh, who will be the final observer tonight, the one who measures the entire meeting and determines whether it was a superposition of success or it was a quantum collapse. Can we have Toastmaster Utkarsh on spotlight, please? Yes. A research scholar at JNU, working at an MNC, and a Toastmaster. Utkarsh is busy living three lives. And here we are worried about the cat, whether it is dead or alive. Look at Utkarsh. Well, he manages everything pretty smoothly and is also the area director and our club's past president. And who is not a pet owner, by the way. Please give a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Utkarsh. Utkarsh, a quick audio video check.
Am I audible? Am I visible?
Yes, you're audible, you're visible, and you're incredible. Over to you, Toastmaster Utkarsh.
Thank you so much, our Madam Toastmaster of the day. I was quite flattered with the intro, and I do agree that I'm not a pet owner right now, but I would love to have a pet soon. So, any kind of recommendations, suggestions would be welcomed. Thank you so much. So, it's an absolute privilege today to be the general evaluator for today's meeting. And in Toastmasters, we all know that evaluation plays an extremely crucial role. It's our way of not just assessing, but appreciating what goes well, and at the same time, identifying any kind of opportunities to grow. So think of it as a mirror that reflects our strengths while gently guiding us to improve. So my role today as a general evaluator would be to observe and evaluate the entire meeting, from how it flows to how we as participants and role players interact and contribute. So I'll be paying close attention to things like how effectively the transitions were managed, the overall energy, the engagement of the room, how role players managed and played their part, whether they were convincing enough or not, and a lot more. But for this Herculean task, I won't be doing this alone, of course. I will have a brilliant team to support this mission. I do have two fantastic speech evaluators, Toastmaster Ankit and distinguished Toastmaster Anand, who will provide quality feedback to our prepared speakers, which would help them to become and to refine their delivery, their message, and overall quality as a speaker. I do have a timer in house, Toastmaster Priyesh, who will make sure that we are brief, that we are within our stipulated time, and make sure that brevity is also included in our speeches. Can I request Toastmaster Priyesh to come on stage and quickly brief with his role and all the timing stipulations? Can we have Toastmaster Priyesh on spotlight, please? Quick audio video check,
Thank.
Toastmaster Priyesh.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Cool. Thank you, Toastmaster Utkarsh. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As your timer, I'll time the formal speeches, table topics, and your evaluations. And I'll notify each of the speaker with a green card, yellow card, and red card for specific time limits. For table topics, the speeches should be within 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll show green card. At 1.5 minute, I'll show yellow card, and at 2 minutes, I'll show red card. For formal speeches, the speeches should be around 5 to 7 minutes. I'll show green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and a red card at 10 minutes. And for evaluation, the evaluation should be around 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll show green card. I'll also quickly share the cards for you. At 2 minutes, I'll show green card. At 3 minutes, at 2.5 minutes, I'll show yellow card, and so at 2.5 minutes, I'll show yellow card, and at 3 minutes, I'll show red card. So that will be all from my side. Thanks. Back to you, Toastmaster Kush.
Thank you very much, Mr. Timer. Fantastically well explained. Thank you so much. All right. Next up is the language evaluator, Toastmaster ET, who is playing sort of like multiple hats. She is our R counter cum grammarian, so she's playing both the parts. So I would request now Toastmaster ET to come up on stage and quickly brief us with her role.
Audible and visible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Toastmaster Utkarsh. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. Today I am playing the role of grammarian and accountant. As grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers and listen carefully to their language usage. I'll also take a note of any improper language usage as well as any outstanding words used, quotes, saying, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to share with you all the word of the day. So, for today's meeting, the word of the day is copacetic, which means satisfactory. For example, he is the first to admit that not everything has been copacetic in his life. I encourage everyone to please use word of the day, and I'll also mention the same in the chat. Now, as a counter, my role is to note down filler words used by speakers and role players. Filler words are words like you know, I mean, like, but, so, right, well. Any unintentional sounds like or, and unintentional or excessive pauses during the speech will be taken care by me, as all of these together will hamper the quality of the speech. I will be sharing my both the reports at the end of the meeting. Thank you. Over to
Thank
you,
you very
Toastmaster
much.
Utkarsh.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster EP. That was quite a comprehensive briefing. That's not all, folks. We do have a table topic evaluator also in the house. That's like a specialty at Turning Point Toastmasters. For that, I would request distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder to come up on stage. I think he's already spotlighted. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder.
Thank you. Next time, just let me know in advance. I'll stop eating. As table topics evaluator, my job is to evaluate the table topics. And I look forward to listening to some wonderful table topic speeches today. Thank you so very much. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder. We will look forward to all the evaluations, all of my tag team and everything. For now, I would just say that as a general evaluator, I see my role as sort of a gardener who would nurture growth by pointing out what's thriving and where we need to water, sprinkle water a little more. So feedbacks is sort of like not finding fault. It's about finding that potential and unlocking it. So with that spirit, keeping that spirit in mind, I now pass the baton back to our Toastmaster of the day, who today is Toastmaster Aina. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Utkarsh. So, folks, without further ado, let's observe each of our players as they step into their respective roles, ready to perform their tasks. And much like the Schrodinger's cat, you never quite know if they will be a roaring success or if they'll collapse into a state of, let's say, uncertainty until we measure it. But whatever happens, I promise you one thing, there will be no radioactive atoms or poison involved unless something was really off the script. Well, our first speaker is distinguished Toastmaster Nitin. Nitin is a seasoned professional at Amazon Web Services with a wealth of experience in cloud computing and technology innovation. With 11 years of expertise as a distinguished Toastmaster, Nitin has honed exceptional communication and leadership skills, helping teams and individuals reach their full potential. A travel enthusiast and a proud cat owner, Nitin, I'm sure Dumble will be very proud today. But before I invite Toastmaster Nitin, let's call his evaluator to reach his speech objectives. Distinguished Toastmaster Nitin will be evaluated by Toastmaster Ankit, who is a nature enthusiast and a data scientist at Mondelez. where he excels at extracting valuable insights from the data. And today he is eager to observe the cat's condition. Toastmaster Ankit, let's have a audio video check.
Toastmaster Aina, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you're audible and visible. Over to you, Toastmaster Ankit.
Thanks, Aina. So Toastmaster Nitin is attempting a project from level 1 of presentation mastery. The purpose of the speech for Toastmaster Nitin is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well organized speech on any topic. Best of luck, Nitin, and over to you, Toastmaster Aina.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ankit. Toastmaster Nitin, a quick audio video check, please.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are audible, you are visible, and incredible. Toastmaster Nitin, jungly at heart. Jungly at heart. Toastmaster Nitin, over to you.
Mountains or beaches? Mountains or beaches? Every person has been asking me, mountains or beaches? I don't know how to swim. I, in fact, have a phobia of water. Additionally, my life is very dull. So the first time I went to a beach, I looked at the abyss. And after a while, I was like, another boredom. What should I do? Why should I like the beach? If you think my life is pathetic, you should take a look at my fitness. And I realized that once I leapt towards mountains. Oh, the traversity. I don't like to climb mountains. Why do I want to exert myself in vacations? What will I do there? Am I left with no options of travel? How should I spend my holidays? I can't keep on Netflixing all day long. I need to find alternates. Until recently, a friend of mine said, let's go and view some jungly animals. Like, what do you want me to do? Let's go to a zoo. I would like to go to a zoo. I like zoos. I like animals. No, 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 no zoo. We'll go to a jungle safari. And guess what we'll view there? Anyone wants to unmute and say what they want to view when they go to a jungle safari? Just a quick answer. One thing they want to view in a jungle safari. Anyone, please.
Tiger.
Tigers,
Leopards and
exactly. That
tigers.
somehow fascinates us. The reason why we want to go to a jungle safari is because we want to view the tigers, the national animal of India. Yes, they're majestic. And that's why we thought the best place to visit them will be Jim Corbett National Park. Raise your hand if you have ever visited Jim Corbett National Park. And raise your hand if you've been utterly disappointed by that place. If yes, then you are in the same bandwagon as I am. I went to Jim Corbett National Park, and the only thing I viewed, which I could view in my balcony, lot of monkeys. Nothing else in that entire safari. I just roamed around in that tragic heat and just could not cope with it as there were just monkeys everywhere. Disappointed. But there was one good thing. There was so much greenery. And the AQI level were actually less. I live in Gurgaon, and the one I can easily quit smoking because there's so much smoke in the air that I don't have to worry about it. So when I went to jungles, I liked the fact that it was good. But there's one thing about instigation. If any time your curiosity increases, you want another nudge to capture it. And that time during that safari, I felt I want to view a tiger live. I want to see how it looks. Thus came another vacation, a recent one. And my friends again made a plan to go to another safari. And this time it was a tiger reserve. But I had low expectations. Jim Corbett had rattled all my expectations so far. At this place, I was told by the guide itself, you will not see tigers here, but you have chance to see other animals. I was like, yes, nice. This safari began. The one good thing, which I can assure you happens in a jungle safari, is that there are a lot of trees. So that would mean your skin will glow. And I think that's a good enough take. I can skip everything else and just do it as a natural therapy for my skin. I went there. As soon as we started our safari, Very soon, I was greeted by a huge owl. I was like, money's worth something more than monkeys. This is good. I went forward. Soon there was an antelope. Yes, with those huge horns. It looked majestic in itself. Like, I just could not believe why Salman Khan did that. But they look so lovely in itself. You don't want to do. Amazing creatures. The safari was going good. We were enjoying, we were relaxing. And the good part is the fitness is not involved. We are sitting in a jeep, just being driven around, chauffeured around everywhere. Until I heard something. I heard triumphs. Someone told us, don't go forward. But our curiosity wanted us to go forward. We went slightly forward and saw a few other gypsies standing there and more triumphs coming up. Turns out there was a group of elephants who were there. Now, for all of you who thinks my friend Ganesha is very good and very kind and very nice, the reality is far, far away. As we saw there, it seems that animals, specifically elephants, are very protective of their cubs. And this little jumbo was screaming here there. Thus, their mother was also screaming here there. We were just anxiously waiting. And as we were waiting, suddenly a driver thought, let's give them worth for their money, what they've paid. And he drove through. And as they did, an elephant ran behind us. Shivers went through my spine. Whoa! Never a jungle safari. But actually, again, a jungle safari because this was an amazing experience. We went forward because, after all, we were promised many more animals, and this just wouldn't do. Obviously, we had fingers crossed that what if we can see the tiger? But turns out it was another wildcat, not the one which Shah Rukh Khan says in Dawn, but a different wildcat which was waiting for us. We went bit forward, bit forward, bit forward, until we realized up on that roof there is a leopard. Ah, money's worth. We went over there, waited, and as we saw, there was a little leopard cub who was just sitting there. And we thought, at least nice, we got to see this. Suddenly, he was pounced by another leopard cub. Those two leopard cubs were playing with each other, fondling with each other, play fighting. And we were like, yeah, that's what it's about. We went out from there. But at least from that point onwards, we realized one thing, that if we don't have a purpose in life, watching animals in such space, sacred space, can be one for me. From that point onwards, I had been just penning down various national forests in India where I can probably see various wildcats. I know Gir is one, I know Bandhavgarh is one. If you have been to a jungle safari where you actually spotted tigers, I would really like those recommendations. Because now I'm a jungly at heart. I would like to go to various spaces and just view as many wildcats as possible. Back to Madam T-Mod.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Nitin, for sharing your dilemma of beaches and mountains and how you found a solution. I'm sure all of us are a bit jungly now and would definitely love to go for a jungle safari. Let us take a minute to write feedback for distinguished Toastmaster Nitin. Timer, kindly let us know when 1 minute is over. 1 minute is over. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priyesh. Our second speaker today is Toastmaster Aryan. Aryan is a psychology student at a university in Gurgaon. He is here to challenge himself by stepping out of his comfort zone and has made a huge progress by attending back to back meetings and taking up speech slots. He is a proud dog owner but would love to have cats as well. Toastmaster Aryan will be evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Anant. Distinguished Toastmaster Anant is a computer engineer and MBA from NMIMS Mumbai and with a 12-year career at Infosys, TCS, Accenture, and Genpact. He works as a business storyteller and corporate trainer. Anant credits his career transformation to a 13-year involvement with Toastmasters. Distinguished Toastmaster Anant, let's have a quick audio video check. You are not audible, Anant. Toastmaster Anant, you are not audible. Toastmaster Anand, you are still not audible. Perhaps try reconnecting.
If I'm audible now.
Yes, Toastmaster Anand, you are audible. Can you please say something? Perhaps a sentence?
Today is a good day.
Absolutely correct. Today is a wonderful day. Toastmaster Anand, you are audible, you are visible, and you're incredible. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster. Today, my speaker, Aryan, is going to attempt a specific project, perhaps the Schrodinger equation of public speaking itself, that is, Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. The speaker's purpose for this project is to practice vocal variety, body language, various tools, including gestures, pace, tone, pitch, volume, etc. That will be my focus area, but I recommend the audience members to take cues about other generic purposes of speech as well and pass it on to the speaker in private chat. I will be focusing primarily upon the vocal variety and body language. Over to you, Aina.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Anand. Let's welcome Toastmaster Aryan to the stage with a huge round of applause. Aryan, a quick audio video check.
You're on mute.
Aryan, you are on mute.
Audible and visible?
Yes, Aryan, you are audible and you are visible. Toastmaster Aryan, Burns. Burns, Toastmaster Aryan.
In all of our lives, we go through one formational moment that changes us from being a child to becoming an adult. At one point or another, we are all asleep. We don't know about the reality of fear, about the reality of pain. And then one day, our hand touches the fire, and now suddenly we are aware. This lighter changes your life because now you know that pain exists. For the rest of your life, you will be afraid of what exists out there and you will be conscious. Fear, the fear that this lighter incites inside of you, is designed to protect you from death, designed to protect you from pain. But fear also has a bad side. Fear can burn the parts of you that are the purest, burn the parts of you that are the best inside of you. And we all have those moments as well. I remember when this first happened to me. It was back in 8th grade, and I went just to a normal day in my class. And my teacher said, Aryan, you look fat today. And suddenly, I felt the burn. I was suddenly, oh no, I look fat. For weeks, I didn't go to the swimming class. I didn't take off my shirt because, oh no, I'm so fat. Everybody's going to be staring at me. Everybody's going to be thinking, oh no, he's so fat. A few months later, I went to class and I was sitting and we were studying, and a girl walked in. This was a girl that I wanted to be more than friends with. And so I pulled up a book of mine, a book that I was reading, a self help book. Okay, she's going to see me reading. She's going to think, okay, he's cool, he's reading. And it's a self help book too. He must be a good guy. And she falls in love with me. Don't even get me started on the stupidity of that young boy. I'm reading, she comes to me, oh, Aryan, what book are you reading? Show me. What is this? The 5 a.m. club? Own your morning, own your life? Ew, disgusting. And in that moment, I can't even explain the burn I felt. For years after that, I wasn't able to show anybody that the book that I was currently reading. Oh no, what if they think non-fiction is not for children? What if they think this is a bad book? You shouldn't read business books. And I was afraid because of what the burn had taught me. You can't be yourself when somebody else has shown you that they can judge you, that this fear is now controlling the rest of your life. It took me years to meet a person who was reading the exact same book as I was, but they were not afraid to share it. I looked at her, and even though we were reading the exact same book, she was open about it. I was hiding it. I was blocking the cover so that nobody else could come close and see it. And I was jealous. How come she can be openly herself and yet I am afraid? How come she gets to be openly reading whatever book she wants to read and I'm stuck here afraid, afraid of this lighter? And it took me many years, many more years before I realized that it is not about the burn. It is about being who you are in spite of the burn, in spite of what everybody else will say. We are all coming from diverse perspectives, diverse lives. We are all coming from a different viewpoint. We all like different things, and there will be people in this world who look at you doing what you want to do, and they'll say things that will burn. But I just want to say that if you are who you are, if you can confidently stand with what you like to do, then there should be no reason for you to feel the burn in the first place. And if you do, then it's okay to stand by it. Because if people dare to say things to you that burn, then maybe you shouldn't be around them in the first place. I want to leave you with the thought that we all come into this world from a different perspective, from a different world altogether. And you have the opportunity to become somebody unique, to become who you were meant to be. And if you let others' judgment of you, this fear, this fire, burn you into conforming, burn you into being somebody else, then you are not living the life you were meant to live. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Yes. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aryan, for such an empowering and encouraging speech and talking about your life. Let us take a minute to write the feedback for Toastmaster Aryan. Timer, kindly note the time for 1 minute and let us know when 1 minute is over. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priyesh. Now it's time to dive deeper into the world of uncertainty and possibilities with our table topic session. Just as the Schrodinger's thought experiment presents a paradox whether the cat is dead or alive, both at the same time, today our table topics will challenge you to explore both sides of the scenario and embrace the mystery of the unknown. Whether you decide to take a whimsical approach or a more serious one, remember, much like in quantum physics, once you step into the spotlight and begin speaking, the possibilities of your responses are infinite. It is a safe space to embrace the paradoxes in life and speak your truth. With that in mind, let's move to the table topic section. I'll be very honest, I enjoy this section only when I'm the table topic master. Our table topic master today is Toastmaster Neeraj. Neeraj is a data scientist by profession and a Punjabi by heart. She's a big time foodie who likes to dabble with different things like makeup, driving, yoga, etc. And pets is not one of them. Don't worry, Neeraj. You don't have to deal with cats or dogs here, just the table topics. Our dynamic president who is always ready to help. Toastmaster Neeraj, let's quickly have an audio video check.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are audible and you are visible. Over to you, Toastmaster Neeraj. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the evening, Aina Gupta. I'm very much impressed with your introduction. I am Neeraj Singla, your table topic master of the evening. I would just want to reiterate the duration of the table topics. Table topic goes from 1 minute to 2 minutes, where you have grace period of 30 seconds on the upper side. And there is one more change that we have done recently. EC committee has come with the new rules that we will start following this meeting onward. And I have shared those rules in the chat box itself. Please read out those rules and accordingly you will be given chance for your table topic. And like our Toastmaster of the evening, Aina Gupta said that don't hesitate to step in, just go in it, and there are number of possibilities on any topic. With that, I will start this session with one of our member. I would like to start with Rupinder. Rupinder, can we have you on the stage?
You can certainly have me on the stage, but understand that I'm also the table topics evaluator. So, no, we'll not or the general evaluator can evaluate this topic. That's okay with you.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Okay.
Rupinder, your topic is Rupinder, if you had to explain your love life using a math equation, how complicated would it be? If you had to explain your love life using a math equation, how complicated would it be? Rupinder Singh.
In my opinion, it would be the square root of -1 in many ways. Let me explain. The square root of -1 is what we consider to be an imaginary number. And I would say that my love life is best left to imagination. I'm not saying it is imaginary, but it is best left to imagination. The square root of -1 is also considered to be the root for a branch of mathematics which we call complex analysis. If you were to analyze my love life, you would find a lot of complexities in there. Just to give you a couple of examples, if you've seen a movie involving Shah Rukh Khan and Sushmita Sen, in which he falls in love with his teacher, I can say with a certain deal of authority that that movie was inspired by yours truly. In my defense, she looked too young to be a professor, and I looked too old to be a student. Things didn't work out, of course. Last but not the least, like the square root of -1, my love life is also unique. I have loved, I have lost, I have regained, I have tried again. To summarize, Madam Topics Master, my love life is like the square root of -1. It's best left to imagination. It's not easy, it's complicated. And last but not the least, it's unique. And through all that uniqueness, all those complications, and all those imaginations, one thing emerges. Everyone can relate to this. You can relate to it. A general evaluator can relate to it. Because, like all of us, our love lives are best left to imagination, complexities, and uniqueness. Madam Topic Master.
What a great attempt on this complex table topic, Toastmaster Rupinder. It could not get any better, and I loved every bit of your speech. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to call Toastmaster Ashok Chaudhary on this stage. Ashok, would you like to take attempt for the table topic?
Sorry, madam. Today I'm not feeling well. I'm just enjoying with my daughter and with my family.
Okay. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashok. Now, I would like to move on with our guest, Abhishek. Would you like to give attempt to table topic?
Yes, I can try. Yeah.
Okay. Abhishek, what is one resolution you make every year that you never achieved? What is one resolution that you make every year that you never achieved? Abhishek.
Um, you are talking about the resolution which I never achieved. One resolution that I took last year was that I wake up early, and early means before the sunrise. So it is start like every resolution which I always take at the start. It seems to be like at the start I can achieve, and like for few days it's with some commitment I can achieve that, but when the time goes on, uh, uh, I forgot. And that's it. I'm blank out.
Thank you so much, guest Abhishek. And this is something I have been trying to do for years now, and I am still not able to achieve it. So we are in the same boat. Now, I want to change it. Instead of me picking up the members for the attempt, I would like you to raise hands so that I can pick accordingly. If no one, okay. Now I would like to go with Sanjida. Sanjida, a quick audio video check.
Hi, am I audible?
You're audible but not visible. Nah, yeah, now visible. Okay. Sanjida, your topic is, what is the most creative excuse you have ever used to get out of something? What is the most creative excuse you have ever used to get out of something, Sanjida?
Okay. Um, is this meeting getting recorded? I guess like if I say it out loud, then I'll be caught.
Yes, it is getting recorded.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll just try to, so basically I work in a consulting firm and oh my God. I hope this doesn't comes back to me at times. But anyway, I'll just try. So many a times what happens is that because of the culture that we are living in, the hustle culture that we are living in, I'm mostly drained by the end of the day. So when I get a call from my friend or my parents, on the days that I don't want to talk to them, I just say ki I'm at a meeting, I'm at clients, I'm still at work and I need to finish this ASAP. So in that case, what happens is, people usually don't buy it, but I have to give them some kind of like, oh my God, this is really tough. But yeah, just they have to buy it because I just somehow tell them that this is what I'm doing right now, and I just this is but yeah, this is how I try to do it. Many a times I feel like I'm drained and I don't have an excuse. It's not an excuse actually. I just want to, sit down, relax, and I just want my time, just me time. And in that time, I just don't want to, you know, get drained again by listening to someone else's story. And yeah, that's what I do basically. And I just don't do it purposely. I do it because I need time. I just need time for myself. That's it. Over to you.
Toastmaster Sanjida, I just want to tell you this, you should not be guilty about it. I think this is one of the best excuse then that we all IT people uses, and just be proud of this excuse, and we are blessed with this excuse. And thank you so much for such a great attempt. Now before I pick another other volunteers, I would like to ask Deep D, would you like to give attempt to table topic? Okay,
Sure.
perfect. Guest Deep, according to you, what is the best way to celebrate New Year? According to you, what is the best way to celebrate New Year? Deep.
Ins- Instead of going with the routines, what everybody likes to go for the various ways of celebration whenever there is a New Year, specifically when there is a 31st. According to me, the way everybody follows need to be switched, which I switched this year. Instead of going with some outings, celebrating with the friends, I done with something another way. I gone into solitude, and this is very very practical. And actually, I have done this year. On 31st, I gone never. I was not outside. I was inside my room. I was just reflecting on my life. I was just reflecting on my ongoing journey of life and what I have achieved, not only the last year, but throughout the life so far I lived. I jotted down all those shortcomings or achievements. In both way, I tried to reflect on my life. And I came up with a very fantastic plan, the way ahead in my life. In fact, I thought to write a life book with my goals in my life, whatever I could achieve. And into that, one of my goal was to be a prolific speaker. And then suddenly what I can do for that matter, because whenever some goal I have to go then I should plan. And then I found this turning point Toastmaster Club, and I immediately thought to go with the membership, and I pinged to you as well, Toastmaster Neeraj, and I'm just ready to go with that. So just to conclude here, the another way which I found this year to celebrate the new year is not to just celebrate in the routine way, but in something another way to go into solitude, reflect on your life, and to plan your life. Over to table topic master. Thank you.
What a great and different perspective on how to celebrate New Year. I think we all plan parties, maybe some foreign trips, but I think this is a great way to celebrate New Year. Just sit quiet and reflect on your last year. And on the membership, guest Deep, VPM will reach you out as I mentioned in the WhatsApp as well, and today or tomorrow, and then we will proceed with your process. Now I would like to call Toastmaster Priyesh Singh for the table topic.
Hi, Neeraj. Thank you.
Toastmaster Priyesh, what is your guilt?
Point of order. Someone needs to do the timing then.
I'll do it. It's okay.
Okay.
Yourself? All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, nice.
Point of order, somebody needs to do the timing for Priyesh, even if he's volunteering to do it himself.
Okay, cool.
So one of you will have
Okay,
to be the
Pooja,
timer.
can you take it?
I
You are on
will
mute.
what's currently handy.
Okay,
I can
okay.
do that.
Anant. Okay, perfect. Anant will do it. Okay, so let's start with Priyesh's table topic.
Okay.
Priyesh, what is your guilty pleasure? What is your guilty pleasure, Priyesh?
Okay. That's a difficult question for me because I'm usually very lazy. So, starting with guilty pleasure, what I really like when I'm is to watch web series, definitely in Netflix. Whenever I'm stressed or whenever I have to do a lot of work, just shut everything down and watch as much as you can of all the Netflix series that you can find. Definitely, there's a new movie on Netflix just arrived that is Dune 2. If you have watched it, that's a really good one, quite a thrilling plot. So that is something that I do enjoy, even at the expense of some academic stuff that I have to do or some job searching or something out there. So that is one thing that I enjoy a lot. I'm happy about it, anyways. And another thing that I would really enjoy is partying with friends. So whenever there's a special occasion, which would include like, for example, there was a New Year celebration. Last year, I went to a Taj Palace organized party, a DJ night party on the New Year to celebrate with my friends. Got drunk a lot, and that's how I do enjoy most of my special occasions. And being here in the US, that's the only thing I could get around here since family is back in India. So that these are some things that I feel are really enjoyable to me or would be my guilty pleasure. Back to you, Toast Master Neeraj. Thanks, Anant.
Toastmaster Priyesh, this doesn't look like guilty pleasures
I don't
a-
know.
at all. These all looks like happy pleasure to me. But great attempt to the topic, and thank you so much, and congratulations for stepping out of your comfort zone. And this is going to be my last topic, and I would like to pick Saurav Sethi.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, Saurav. Toastmaster Saurav, do you think music is getting worse? Do you think music is getting worse, Toastmaster Saurav?
Yeah, thank you for the topic. Well, there is a lot of difference between speaking and music. If if there are some lines, if you just talk on it, that cannot be music. In order to maintain music, some tone should be there. There are various one second, someone's knocking. Just a second. Yeah, actually, music. Yeah, there are various genres of music, sad, rap, etc. So whenever get bored, I listen to music and feel copacetic. Due to this copaceticness, I feel calmness and able to continue. However, music can differ. Uh, like based on the content, music can be good or bad. As long as a message is clear, then music is no harm. If there are vulgar contents in music, it is dangerous and that should be avoided. That's all about my opinion about difference of music. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Saurav. In the interest of time, I have to end this session here. I have had a great time listening to wonderful speeches. I hope you had too. Now I would like to give stage back to our table topic master of the evening, Aina Gupta. Aina, are you there?
Am I audible? Am I visible?
Yes, you are audible and visible.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neeraj, for bringing so many fun and exciting table topics to the table. Now, before we move forward with the evaluations, I would like to share a story here. This was during the time, this was when I was doing my PhD, when I first got to know about this experiment. This is actually a very interesting story. While I was doing my PhD, I got to know about this experiment, and out of curiosity, I started reading about it. Then I got confused. It's for example, it is a thought experiment. That means it was never done. This is something which is in the mind of the scientist. And secondly, the cat is both dead and alive at the same time. I was so confused. How can a cat be both dead and alive at the same time? And I started reading about it, and I read for a couple of hours. And by the end of my reading, I got to know that the in quantum mechanics, since the laws of the physics they don't work, space and time do not have any meaning. So everything is possible. Basically, everything is possible. Whatever you decide is possible. Say, for example, today, right now, I decide I want to go to the market, but it is say 8 o'clock. Should I go to the market? So now there are two things. Should I go to the I am going to the market. I am going to the market at 8 o'clock, and I'm not going to the market at 8 o'clock. So both of them are true at the same time. So basically, there are two possibilities here. So the universe is splitting into two parts. It is up to me in which universe I tap into. Basically, I am going to I am existing in the both the universes. I am going to the market and I am not going to the market. It is up to me to decide which universe I tap into. So basically it is all about your observation. What you observe will be the outcome. Same like the Schrodinger's cat. If you want the cat to be dead, if you open the box, it will be dead because your intentions were set. You were thinking that the cat will be dead. Open the box, it will be dead. And if you think that the cat is alive, you open the box, the cat is alive. In quantum physics, everything changes with the observer. Whatever the observer thinks, it happens. It all depends on what you are observing, what your thoughts are, what your intentions are. And with this, just like the Schrodinger's experiment, we can't know what is inside the box until we take time and observe it. Our evaluators will do just that. They will provide insights and feedbacks to our speakers and help them grow and thrive. I'm excited to hear about the evaluations because, like, everybody is just like the cat in the box, we are continuously shifting between the possibilities, always learning and evolving. So with this, I would like to hand over things to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Utkarsh. The stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. I'm excited too. Let's get on with the bandwagon of growth and improvement as we begin with the evaluation round. First up will be the speech evaluator. So I would request our speech evaluator number one, who today is Toastmaster Ankit, to come up on stage and give us evaluation for our speaker number one, who today was distinguished Toastmaster Nitin Patak. Can we have Toastmaster Ankit on virtual stage, please? Toastmaster Ankit, could you please unmute yourself and switch on your video? Thank you so much. All right, quick audio video check with you, Toastmaster Ankit.
Am I audible and visible?
You're perfectly audible and visible. Over to you.
Toastmaster Nitin. What a speech. Jungly at heart.
It is over. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priyesh. Our second speaker today is Toastmaster Aryan. Aryan is a psychology student at a university in Gurgaon.
Apologies. So what a speech, Nitin. Like the structure of your speech was so great. Like you started like how you are being lazy and uninterested in most of the things, either beach or mountains, and finally finding a purpose. How finding a purpose on loving or loving the animals, watching them in the nature, or the cats in the nature. So in terms of content, right, like very well structured, as I just mentioned, right, it couldn't have been more better. The another aspect of your interesting aspect of your speech, or what I could see, was humor. You actually use some kind of comparison and contrast, right? Contrast to the normal human behavior. Like we want to reflect that we are good, we are enthusiastic, we are excited, but you said you are the lazy person, and the other way around. Also, you use some comparisons, something like you could see the things in the national park same as what you see in the balcony. So we were like, I think the audience was smiling at that time, and you compared the cats with like Salman Khan, sorry, Shah Rukh Khan cat. So that was another good comparison. So there were like good amount of humor and content that basically made us curious, laugh, as well as keep us engaged during your speech. And in terms of your delivery, like you were actually using good amount of hand gestures during your speech, so that was really good. Another aspect was your vocal variety. Like you actually used quite good poses during your speech, which help us understand basically what you are saying, all the humor and all the points that you were making. And in terms of recommendations, like I have the same recommendation in terms of that, like you are so good, right? Like finding recommendation is really difficult, but just from the recommendation perspective, like I think what we would have loved that if you could have loosen up your body, right? Like we could see your hand, right? But you are talking about a topic which was so interesting, so exciting, right? If we could have seen your body language while you were giving the speech, that would have made a great difference. Another recommendation would be on the vocal variety itself. Like I see, like this topic was so exciting, so interesting. Like you could have like increase your volume at so many places. At some places, you just said like some words could have been said very in a high volume, but you actually share them in the same volume as others. Like you said, uh, that looks majestic. So majestic could have been like a key word here. You could have volume, like you could have made sounds of some of the animals, right? Like when you said tramps, like it was not a high volume. You could have shown excitement by choosing a high volume at that side. So overall, great speech. I would love to see more speeches from you in future, and also would love to see your body language and your excitement going a next level. That's it. Over to you, General Evaluator Kosh.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ankit, for that lovely evaluation for our first speaker. Let's move on to the second evaluator, who today is distinguished Toastmaster Anand, and he will evaluate our second speaker, Toastmaster Aryan. I request distinguished Toastmaster Anand to come up on stage and have a quick audio video check.
Hi, Utkarsh. Please confirm if I am audible correctly.
Yes, you're perfectly audible. Please go ahead.
Folks, today the speech purpose being displaying the vocal variety and body language, it compels me to match up to my speaker and actually stand and deliver this evaluation. So thank you, Aryan, for compelling me to come out of my own comfort zone. I request the tech master to avoid spotlighting. That's completely okay. Another thing that Aryan did significantly improved since the last meeting is speaking at a relaxed pace. I happened to connect with him a couple of days back. We just connected over the New Year Eve and over the telephone, and I recommended one of the things to him as he seemed to have in his past speech delivered at the same platform in that YouTube recording, he seemed to have so many self corrections or fumbles at the beginning of a sentence. And I recommended him to go slow, maybe at 70-80% of his natural pace. He did achieve that, and I want to compliment my speaker once again on that matter. Number three thing is, while standing and delivering, it's so difficult. But thanks to Aryan, even I'm making that improvement right now that I'm not looking at the screen, I'm looking at the lens. In the virtual medium, it makes all the difference. So thank you so much, Aryan, once again, and congratulations on displaying this trait. On the improvement front, uh, on the body language and vocal variety specifically, I believe you had the scope to vary your volume level as well as pitch at certain places. Instead of repeating what Ankit has already suggested in the previous evaluation, I think the same suggestion applies over here as well. On certain words, the right emotional intensity on the higher or lower side, if spoken that way, that word gets more depth, more gravity, or that phrase or that sentence, it has its own emotional signature. So try to review your own speech, visualize and compare. Is that the best way to speak, or is it how you wanted to speak? Second thing is believability. My only grudge with the speech is you were giving examples of how you were afraid of being called fat. You fat? It's tough to comprehend. Secondly, being shy of people judging you because you read self-help books in college. I mean, it would have been a flex kind of in my day. So I have my own reference as the only yardstick, but going by what my assumption is, this does not generate believability. Probably you can exaggerate, keep the emotional truth alive, but exaggerate in terms of, let's say, saying afraid of being called fat. How about called skinny? Skinny to the extent that you are afraid to uh, being topless. Second thing is, in the believability, of course, I found your trigger to, turn the story around and leave us with a moral lesson kind of weak, kind of forced fit. It doesn't look organic. We will, of course, connect off stage, but this is my high level recommendation that I'm leaving you with over here right now. Content can do some work, and we will, of course, work, but nothing to take away from your sheer personality and your zeal to come out of your comfort zone, working on your pace, as well as standing and delivering, puts you already on the right track. Wish you all the very best, and let's connect off stage today or tomorrow. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Anand. Let's move on to our table topic evaluations first. And for that, I would like to invite distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder on virtual stage.
Audible and visible.
You are surely audible. Let me spotlight you right away. There you go. Now you're visible too. Please go ahead.
Mr. General Evaluator, Madam Presiding Officer, and Madam Toastmaster. Today I had the singular honor of evaluating the not so copacetic speakers, Abhishek, Sanjida, Deep, Priyesh, and Saurabh. I will forego my evaluation. I will leave it to the good offices of the general evaluator. I'm going to go with what I liked about each individual speaker, and then I'll give a generic feedback on how we can improve. Starting with Abhishek, he got the topic, what is the one New Year resolution that you never achieve? And I would say for a first timer, this was a superb attempt. You achieved more than what you would have achieved in your New Year resolution. You were successful today. Keep coming back, and I'll come back to keep coming back. My next speaker was Sanjida, the most creative excuse. Sanjida, I would not say it was the most creative excuse. I would say that it was the most relatable excuse because everyone in this room has at one point or the other said, I am in a meeting. And it's an excellent excuse. While you were speaking, I saw a couple of people give the emoji. And I was for a moment wondering whether you had given the meeting excuse to them as well. You were effusive and you were overwhelmed at the same time. You were energetic. My recommendation to you is to make a 5 to 7 minute speech out of it because I'm pretty sure it is going to be humorous and exciting. Just be as genuine as you were today, and you've got it all under control. My next speaker was Deep. His name is Deep D. For some reason, I thought he was Deepti. Deepti is an ex of mine. Well, let's not go there. My love life, as you know, is complicated. Uh, what was the best way to celebrate the new year? And it was such a good idea that what you did this 31st. And I wish I had your kind of patience and forbearance in doing what you did. Me, well, I had my security guards on duty, and I thought it would be a good idea to share some food with them and share the best wishes for New Year with them since they were working on a New Year. So I did that. You made me recall that, and it was an emotional trip uh, down, emotional trip from 2 days ago. So great job there. Priyesh, what is your guilty pleasure? What I loved about your topic was that you were genuine and you kind of played safe with the topic, which was the need of the hour. And the what I also liked was that you tried to get to the core of your issue in the 1 or 2 minutes that you had been given. Saurabh, is music getting worse? Saurabh, I encountered some audio video disturbances, but I do recall that you tried using the word of the day for someone who's probably doing a table topic for the first time. I think it is an excellent achievement. Now, let me go through some of the ways in which we can improve. I felt that we could focus on some more examples and some real life examples, some personal examples, much like Sanjida did. If we can draw some inspiration from there, it will enhance our impromptu speaking and responsive uh, and our impromptu responses as well. One of the pet peeves I have is that many times we interchange the words Toastmaster and Toastmasters. Once again, Toastmaster is when I'm referring to someone, for example, Toastmaster Iti Merotra or Distinguished Toastmaster Anand. Toastmasters is the organization. So you are all members of Turning Point Toastmasters. You're not member of Turning Point Toastmaster. At one point, I saw we were discussing membership. No need to do that. Club business should be conducted in club business time. And my final recommendation for everyone is this quote by Grantland Rice in his celebrated work called Aluminous Football. And it reads as, keep coming back, and though the world may romp against your spine, let every game's end find you still upon the battling line. For when the one great scorer comes to mark against your name, he writes not that you won or lost, but how you played the game. Play the game, everyone. Thank you so much for letting me be your table topics evaluator. I have my evaluation contest coming up this Sunday. So this was good practice. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
That was quite a treat. Distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder, thank you so much and huge gratitude. Let's move forward and call our language evaluator of the day, who today is Toastmaster ET. Can we have a quick audio video check, Toastmaster ET? Request you to unmute yourself. Toastmaster ET, could you hear me? Yes.
Sorry, actually, nothing was audible to me. I was blank.
That's perfectly fine.
So let me
Can you hear
share
me
my
now?
screen.
Yeah, please go ahead. Thank you so much.
My screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are,
Yes, ma'am.
Toastmaster ET.
Okay. Kudos to Toastmaster Saurabh Sethi and Rupinder Singh for using word of the day. Thank you so much. And excuse me if I miss anyone. Few good words being used, just like phobia, means an excessive or irrational fear reaction exert to make use of something tragic that makes to very sad. Instigation, the action of causing an event or situation to happen by making a set of actions or formal process begin. Majestic, impressive because of its size or beauty. Triumphs, a great success or victory. Pounced, to attack somebody. Dilemma, a situation in which you have to make a difficult choice between two or more things. Disgusting, highly offensive. Paradox, one having seemingly contradictory qualities or phases. Whimsical, unusual and not serious in an amusing or annoying way. Infinite, very very great. Embrace, to include. Unique, not like anything else. Complex, difficult to understand. Solitude, the state of being alone, especially when you find this pleasant. Prolific, fruitful. Curiosity, a desire to know or learn. Thrive, to grow or develop well. Compelling, that forces or persuades you to do or to believe something. Emotional intensity, the strength and depth of feelings that someone experiences in response to a situation. Trigger, the cause of particular reaction or event. Forbearance, the quality of being patient and sympathetic towards people. And few phrases being used, which were quite good. Keep coming back. Someone or something repeatedly returns to a specific person or place. Core of your issue, the most important or central part of an issue. Draw some inspiration to get a feeling of enthusiasm from someone or something that gives you new and creative ideas. That's the grammarian report from my side. Let me share our counter report. My screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so let's start with prepared speeches. Toastmaster Nitin, he used a once. Toastmaster Aryan was flawless. As far as table topics are concerned, Toastmaster Rupinder Singh was flawless. Guest Abhishek, he used a two times, two times, like one. Toastmaster Sanjita, she used four times, two times, so one time, eight times, like one time. Guest Deepti, you were flawless. Toastmaster Priyesh, he used eight times, so one time. Toastmaster Saurabh Shetty, he used four times. As far as evaluations are concerned, Toastmaster Ankit, he used two times or seven times, like he used multiple times. Finding a purpose, he repeated two times, you, two times, you were, two times. Toastmaster Anant, you were flawless. As far as TMOD Aina is concerned, she used one time. Basically, she repeat two times. And table topic master Neeraj, she used five times. One time. She repeat would and other two times. That's it from my side. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Utkarsh.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster EP, for such comprehensive reports. Time to bring Mr. Timer on virtual stage. I request Toastmaster Priyesh to please come up on stage and present his timing report.
Thanks a lot, of Kush. Just give me a second to share my report. Okay. So Toastmaster Nathan took 7 minutes and 36 seconds to complete his speech, while Aryan took 5 minutes and 30 seconds. For evaluation section, Ankit took 3 minutes 42 seconds, Anand took 3 minutes 47 seconds, and Rupinder for the table topic evaluations took 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Uh, like going on to the table topics, Rupinder completed his speech in 2 minutes 37 seconds. For Abhishek, it was 1 minute and 1 second, just about the minimum criteria. For Sanjita, she took 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Deep took 2 minutes and 28 seconds. I thanks Anand for keeping my timing. I took 1 minute and 41 seconds, and Saurabh took 1 minute and 15 seconds. So that summarizes my timer report. Most of the people were within time. There are a few out of time, so just take care of that next time. And back to you, Toastmaster Kush.
Thank you so much, Mr. Timer. It's time that I provide my evaluation as a general evaluator. So brace yourself, everyone. Starting with the overall feedback for the meeting, it's sort of a foregone conclusion that TPTM meeting starts on time. So, I mean, we've done that forever for now. And we started bang on time at 7 p.m. In fact, I believe we went live on YouTube even before 7 p.m., courtesy of President Toastmaster Neeraj. So kudos to the executive committee for making sure that we are punctual and we are on time. I have two specific pointers, or I would say generic pointers with respect to the overall meeting. Before I move on to the specific feedback, the first one being that there was a lot of role players today who joined a bit late. So that's a bummer, right? Let's have this practice because we have inculcated that practice for so long that we should ideally strive to be on time. So that's one thing that we could strive to do for future meetings. And there are two benefits for that. Firstly, you will all possibly have an or informal AV check, the audio video check, even before the meeting starts. And it sort of provides a fix for a lot of things if there are any issues. For example, we had an issue with distinguished Toastmaster Anand. But those things could be sorted out even before we begin the meeting. And secondly, it certainly reduces the stress of our VP education. She's just started out. Please, let's not give her a lot more stress. Let's be on time and let's be our Vice President Education's delight. And if we are committing, then let's commit all the way. The other, like a generic pointer I have, is that there were quite a few last minute backouts today. This is not ideal. I understand that, and for whatever reasons they were, this should more be sort of an aberration than a usual thing at Turning Point Toastmasters. But at the same time, the brighter side that we could see is that there were several folks, for example, Toastmaster EP, who stepped up as the language evaluator, and last minute role players who've taken up. So huge congratulations and kudos to those who stepped up. And let's make sure that we do not have those backouts very frequently. Moving on to the specific feedback. All right, I could see a poll being launched, which is for the best speech evaluator. I request everyone to cast their votes for it. Moving on to the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Pooja. It was quite an impressive first side dress, I must say. The debut you made, so huge congratulations. And I'm sure we're going to have a fantastic 6 months as you being are the host of the meeting or the one who starts or sets the tone of the meeting. Love the initial part where you started with the New Year thingy and you sort of set the tone wonderfully well with all the entire narration you had with respect to the New Year and all. I just have two recommendations for you, Toastmaster Pooja. Firstly, mostly the logistical part. So more on the camera angle and the lighting could be improved because you are the first impression of the club, right? So let's make sure that those things are on point. The other feedback that I have is for you is the points, the rules, everything were read to the T. Fantastic. Very well done. The only thing that you could work on would be making sure that you also provide a very personalized feedback or not feedback, personalized introduction for our presiding officer before you hand it over to her. So make sure it's personalized, make sure that it's kind of catering to the team as well. So you could be innovative there. That's your zone to make a mark, which is the introduction part. Of course, you did extensively well beginning the meeting, setting up the tone, everything. The other thing that you could work on is on the introduction part. And of course, smile more, Toastmaster Pooja. You have a beautiful smile. Thank you so much. Moving on to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Neeraj. It's been your second term as president, so this must be like a usual business for you now. Now you can do it even in your sleep. And to be honest, it shows the trajectory is really impressive. I've seen you grow right from the beginning when you started off as a president, and now there is a very, very, I would say, you're very much at ease while playing this role. So today also, you also set the context really well. You talked about New Year, then resolutions, then you made sure that the guests were welcomed properly. So everything was done pretty well. In fact, the transitions were also pretty much smooth. And then you called upon, the Toastmaster of the day with a very, very personalized and detailed intro of Toastmaster Aina as well. If I have to be nitpicky, and I know you like that, I would say the first and second part were pretty much flawless. The beginning part, the handling the guests part and everything was pretty much flawless. The only thing that you could improve on is when you were introducing Toastmaster Aina, setting up the context with respect to the theme, there you fumbled a lot. So maybe a little bit of homework there, setting up the context of or the theme of the meeting, there you could improve a little bit more. So that's one feedback from my side. Moving on to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Aina. Toastmaster Aina, you have taken this club by a storm. All right, there's a poll being launched, which is for the best auxiliary role player. I request everyone to cast their votes. In fact, I will also cast my vote. Thank you so much. All right. So, Toastmaster Aina, you've taken this club by a storm and you're transforming it, and you're totally a force to reckon with for sure. I mean, you've been here for less than a year, and the kind of quality content that you're bringing, the way your presence is, the way you speak, the way you deliver, any role that is given to you, it's extremely impressive, and it kind of shows where would you reach. I mean, I'm just intrigued by the kind of growth that you have in such a short span of time. I just can't fathom what's the limit for you. So fantastic job. The theme was very unconventional, not the usual ones that we have, and a lot of people were a little, like, including me, were a little flummoxed. What's going to be all about? Like, so I didn't have one clue what's going to be, and which is why I would like appreciate you, because you were very, very conversational. You made sure that it didn't get to a very high tangent. That's something I would appreciate you for. You were very interactive. You were relatable. You made sure that we understand what's coming forth. So that's something which is a trait of a very well versed speaker. For that, Huge congratulations, Toastmaster Aina. Again, if I have to be nitpicky because you want me to and you have requested for that, and sort of that's my job. So I felt like the introductions that you were giving for the speakers and everyone and the role players, there I feel like instead of just reading the entire thing verbatim, I know we have the entire list where we have the introductions of each and every member of this club. It feels a little bit too scripted to just read out everything verbatim, the introduction part. So make sure either you are very brief or you tweak it to the way it doesn't look very, very rehearsed or scripted. So that's something that, and it kind of gives a good impression also if you speak very, very, very like casually, or if you speak in a very like very friendly nature or friendly tone. So in that way, I feel like the introduction part would be improved so that it doesn't sound very, very scripted. The other thing I can be nitpicky about, there were some pronunciation issues here and there which you could work on. So for example, like I heard you say data, it is data. So here and there, few pronunciation issues I felt. That's all from my side. Very well done, Toastmaster Aina, as a Toastmaster of the day. Moving on to our table topic master, Toastmaster Neeraj. There's nothing to say. You were fantastic. The topics were nice. It was quite tricky because we had a rule change today. So you made sure that you follow the order as much as possible. I know it's very difficult because we have quite a bunch of people and you have to constantly see whom to invite and whom not to, and make sure that we prioritize as per our rules. So in that aspect, very well done. I only have two nitpicky things because you want that. First would be that you sort of missed having an audio video check with the speaker, which could be a problem because you just called them out and then you gave them the topic. So ideally, we should have an audio video check for every speaker. That's one thing. We could strive to do that. And the other thing is that in the end, somehow you said, let's give it to our table topic master, Toastmaster Aina. So I was a little baffled, like what's going on. So these are two things that I could say for Toastmaster Aina, Toastmaster Neeraj. The same thing I think is happening to me. All right, so that's for the table topic master. Moving on to the speech evaluators. First speech evaluator, we had Toastmaster Ankit. Apart from whatever, like the little situation that we had with respect to the voice or the noise, or you could just you were frozen for a minute. Apart from that, fantastic. I mean, you had a structure in terms of what first you talked about all the positives that you felt like, then you gave few recommendations. So fantastic. And most importantly, all of those pointers were pretty specific. You gave example. You were just not speaking on thin air. Like they were very specific with respect to whatever you're talking about. So all those pointers, check, check, check. The only two feedback that I have for you would be that try to summarize a little better. Like you just mentioned, okay, these two things you could improve. Just tell them, okay, these are things you excelled at, these are things you could have improved, like in just like 20 seconds. The summary part could be better. And the other thing I have is let's try to bring in evaluations with respect to the speech objectives. So make sure that we utilize the evaluation form that we have for each speaker very, very judiciously. Bring in those pointers that are there in terms of the objectives of the speech. Bring in those projects that the person is doing and speak on from those aspects, whether they have excelled, whether they have justified their project or not. So that's one key pointer that I have for speaker number one. Moving on to speech evaluator two, distinguished Toastmaster Anand. I loved the improvisation in the beginning, sort of gave respect to the speaker because he stood and gave the entire speech. So fantastic for that, fantastic appreciation for that improvisation. I also loved the believability aspect because this was something quite out of the box. I mean, and that's the perk of someone so experienced taking up an evaluation, because we get to know something which I don't think a lot of people would have thought of. This thing, the believability aspect, and the way you justified it with several examples. So that was something I was completely blown away. Fantastic. You summarize it really well. So nothing from my side as a particular feedback. The only thing I would say, the same thing I said for Toastmaster Ankit, we could use the speech evaluation form a little bit more judiciously and bring in those speech objectives and kind of emphasize whether the speaker has justified his project or not. So bring in those pointers. Moving on to the timing report, I think Toastmaster Priyesh, you've done this several times. I don't understand, like, why do you end up always being the timer? Like, and because you have become such a pro in it. Take up bigger roles. You're fantastic. But as a timer, you were really good. Absolutely perfect in terms of you explained your role perfectly. Maybe you could be a little more specific with the timings because there were some issues there. Apart from that, fantastic. Moving on to the language evaluator, Toastmaster EP. First up, I'll talk about huge appreciation because you took this role at the last minute and you stepped up. So great job, Toastmaster EP, and huge respect for that. I'll start with the grammarian report. I was blown away by how comprehensive it was. I mean, you had like 15 words written there with proper meanings. So huge respect and a huge shout out with the kind of comprehensiveness that you brought to the report. So, but few issues I could point out would be when you were mentioning all those words, right? You were reading out the meanings in totality. You were trying to explain like it felt like a diction, like you were reading it out as a dictionary. So I think there's no point making sure that we explain the words so comprehensively. You could just say, okay, this word was used and this means, like, in a one word term, like a simple term, you could just say. Also, make sure that you give shout out to those people. If you're mentioning these are the words that are being used, give the shout out. No, appreciate those people, whosoever has used that word. Also, I kind of had an issue with the word of the day. I mean, it's okay if we don't agree, and a lot of other people don't agree, but I feel like the word of the day would be something which is a little bit easier to use, as in, like, you kind of gauge whether the word of the day was effective by the number of people who have spoken that word of the day. I think barely any, 2-3 people have spoken, right? So make sure that the word of the day is, of course, not very simple, but at the same time is not way too complicated. So have a right balance, right? And also, if you could just bring in a word of the day which is in sync with the theme, nothing like it. So these are the pointers I had for our counter. Extremely well done. You were very particular. The only thing I could say would be when any count goes beyond 5, there's no point mentioning 8, 9, 10. That's too much of a labor. Once it goes beyond 5, just say 5 plus. That's it. No point mentioning 8, 9, 10. It's so much of a work, right? Yeah. So moving on to the table topic evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder. Very detailed, very specific. That was kind of expected. I mean, he's a veteran Toastmaster, so those things would definitely be there. He had very specific pointers with example, and he sort of personalized it with his own things as well. So huge shout out for those things. I absolutely loved the takeaways part, the action items part, like how can you improve further? And that's the hallmark of a great evaluator. You come up with the takeaways, the action items. And if that was not enough, he gave us the overall feedback, like the generic feedback for everyone and for all of us to improve all of that. And if that was not enough, he ended up with a beautiful quote. So huge shout out to Toastmaster Rupinder. Very well done, and so much to learn from for all of us. I have no feedback as such, only learnings from this evaluation. Thank you so much. But I do have a feedback for your table topic, and you requested for that as well. So you are a master when it comes to content. You are great at humor. So those things are check. I mean, if I look at the ballot, the table topic judging ballot, the content is always top notch. There's no problem. You speak very coherently. There are no filler words, crutch words. Everything is pretty much flawless. The only thing I feel like you could take this a little higher, and that is there in the judges ballot, which is the voice. I feel like you speak in one tone, as in, like, you could just try to have a little more, vocal variety, emphasize on few things, because you bring up such beautiful stories, beautiful characters, and they're humorous as well sometimes, those stories. So emphasize on few things or few pointers. That's one thing that you could work on. Apart from that, fantastic as always. That's all from my side. I guess I've covered everyone. Thank you so much. All I can say is very quickly, or I'm running out of time, is that whatever I said is not set in stone. If you have something that you don't agree with, we can have a conversation post this meeting, and of course have a chit chat. And if you have any feedback for me, I am 100% receptive and all ears. So please provide me any feedback that you have. Thank you so much. With this, I pass the baton back to our Toastmaster of the day, who today is Toastmaster Aina.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Utkarsh, and thank you to all the speakers, evaluators, and participants today. As we close our today's meeting, let's remember the lesson of Schrodinger's cat. It's New Year. It's in your hands whether you believe this year is terrific 25 or terrible 25. Sometimes it's only by opening the box and embracing the uncertainty you will discover new things. The observation makes all the difference. The thoughts makes all the difference. Choose wisely. Whether dead or alive, you have the power to shape the outcome, to shape your future. With this thought, I'll take your leave. It was an honor being your meeting host. I give the stage back to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Neeraj. Thank you.
Can we have huge round of applause for table topic master of the for sorry for TMOD Aina Gupta? What an incredible topic and great explanation to it. Like you said, by the end of it, you will know that is what is the meaning of is the cat life, and I at least know what is the meaning of it. Overall, I love today's meeting. I had such a gala time, and it was such a kapushitik. I know I'm not pronouncing it right, but I wanted to do it. It was such a kapushitik meeting. Give a huge round of applause for yourself, for all the participants and role players for doing your job exceptionally. Now, in the interest of time, I want to quickly jump on the results. Our best role player goes to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Sharma. Can we give huge round of applause for him for giving such a comprehensive and cover every small thing in his evaluation? Now, the best auxiliary role player goes to. It's a tie between two role players. It goes to language evaluator Toastmaster Iti Mehrotra and table topic evaluator Toastmaster Rupinder Singh. Can we give it for both of them? Now, next for best table topic speaker, it's again won by Toastmaster Rupinder Singh. Can we give huge round of applause to him?
Point of
Now,
order, I got disqualified on time.
okay. Then maybe I can announce the second best. Oh,
Again,
the
point of order,
results.
it will be, again, point of order, it will still be the best, not the second.
Okay. I'm sorry for this confusion. The best table topic speech, the award goes to Toastmaster Sanjida. Can we give huge round of applause to her? Okay, for best speech evaluator, there was a miss from my end. I'm really sorry for that. I put Sanjida as evaluator too. But anyways, both the evaluators were out of time, so both are disqualified and both are the winner of today's meeting. Can we give huge round of applause for both of them? Rupinder is going to kill me soon. I can see from his expressions. But I am moving on to last word. And the best role player goes to our general. I have already announced it. Okay.
Only thing we have now is
Is
selfie.
a speaker. speaker is left. Okay, the best prepared speaker goes to Toastmaster Nitin Pathak. Can we give huge round of applause to him? Okay, with that, I'm wrapping up the polls. And like Anand said, we have to now take a selfie. Okay, who is going to take the selfie? Please put some emoticons.
Not me.
I can take one. I will click on 3, 2, clicked. I've taken one. We can stop the live streaming. Done, done.
Okay, now I will stop live stream and we are open for